Usually I say hello, everybody, but in this particular case, I'm going to say good morning. This is one of my very best friends for a long time. So we just decided since 1990.
Almost 30 years.
Elizabeth Schwartz. You'll know her as Liz. And so we are sitting in this early morning here in Napa Valley, California. Normally we do these at night over a glass of Cabernet for our glass of perspective with incredibly successful women in their arena. But today it's early morning and we're in Napa. And so we're not going to have a glass of wine this morning, but I didn't want this time to go away without introducing you to Liz, who has an incredible journey of success. So say hello to all my friends.
Hello, friends of Robbie.
So Liz and I have been friends since 1990. It's currently 2019, so quite some time. But Liz and I are both very successful women who've taken completely different paths. And so I love her story because you guys know Brian and I both went to Texas A&M University. We did not require our children to go to college, but they have to pursue success in some way or the other. And Brian and I have become successful as an entrepreneur. So Liz, we met at Texas A&M University. She's married to one of Brian's big brothers that he never have, KD, and they've been that way for years. And she took the career path, which a career path requires a college education. And so I wanted you to share a little bit about with them. You went to Texas A&M.
I did. I went to Texas A&M and got a psychology degree and realized nearing graduation that there wasn't much I could do with that without pursuing further. And I was interested in business, so I got a master's degree in human resource management.
Yep.
And by then I had gotten married and my husband, KD, had moved to College Station and found a job. So when it came time for me to graduate, I thought, well, maybe I need to look here. He just got a job. So I never thought I would work for public sector. I thought I would go off somewhere to a big city and work for a company.
Because you were from Austin.
From Austin.
Yeah.
I always thought College Station was too small to settle in. And I didn't realize, I don't know, when I went to Texas A&M, I didn't realize there's a possibility of a career there.
Yeah,
You just kind of, you know that there's infrastructure to the university, but you don't think of it as anything you'd want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a contact, so networking,
the power of who.
and I got an opportunity to do an internship, and that led to a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe I'll do this for a few years, but the opportunities kept coming to grow, and
So really
Here it
open
is.
doors just continued to open for you.
they did. I had the good fortune of being mentored under strong women in human resources who saw something in me and wanted to help me move to the next level.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for those women because I never had to really ask.
Right.
I just always was interested in learning, taking on more, and so the opportunities came.
And so fast forward to today, you're 49 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so what is your title today?
My title is Director of Total Rewards. So I have about, 4 direct reports and a group of about close to 20 under me. But I've had opportunity to be like an interim vice president, and that was a great experience.
Yeah.
It made me see what the C-suite is like and consider, I'm almost glad I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
Because, I felt confident that that was an experience God gave me to show me that maybe that's not the time for me now.
All that
for
you
that.
wanted. Mm-hmm.
And so stepping back and being a little closer to operations, I really still enjoy that.
So you've come this far at 49 years old. Like you're, I'll say it to the camera, a very successful corporate woman. The good news is she's so humble, but it's true, right? You've achieved a great amount of success within Texas A&M University. So you look at where you are today, Liz, but if you go back, did you see where you are today, or did you just continue to get up and go through every single door that got open for you?
I did. So it's interesting, when you start off in a certain career path, you think, well, I know that I'm not interested in this aspect of human resources. And that's exactly where I ended up. I thought maybe I'd be a trainer, which I do some training, but I thought I'll never be in benefits and compensation.
Right.
That's just not my thing. And that's exactly where my career path led me. And it keeps leading me back. I did a little bit of recruitment, employment, but it just keeps leading me back to those two areas of human resources.
So I talk to women a lot about choose your lane, right? If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, walk it out, dream it like a stay-at-home mom and be okay with that. If you want to be a part-time mom, or if you want to be a full-time mom. And so tell us about your kids.
I have 3 children. Connor is 23. He's a senior at A&M about to graduate. And Olson is 20, and he's a junior at A&M. And Jessie is turning 13 this month. She's in 7th grade.
And so you've always been a working mom.
I have. There was a brief stint in there where I transitioned and stayed home supporting my husband's insurance business for about 3 years. And then the university, someone remembered me from before, again, networking. And the next in line for the job they hired me for was not interested. So after staying home for 3.5 years, I got a great opportunity to come back to the university. And that set me on a path, and it was a good balance. My husband's self-employed, and so we had kind of the insurance and the stability through my job, and then the ability to earn trips and do things through his job. So it was a good, and the kids spent a lot of time with him. So they had a very good dad experience because after preschool, he brought them into his office. He was self-employed, so he could do that, and they had a lot of time with their dad. So that makes me feel better about being a working mom.
Sure. And one of the things I always talk about, I interviewed Melissa, my assistant, and one of the things that I've always told her was, if you're not wired to be a stay-at-home mom, you're miserable. You're still not living up to your full potential, right? And so maybe speak to these women about having always been a working mom and being okay with that. Like, your children are incredible. You didn't put career over your kids. You guys are still an incredible family. You come from incredible families. Maybe speak to these women who have that, there's the battle in the world of you should stay home. Well, you should work. Well, you should nurse. Well, you shouldn't nurse. Well, women are so confused, but you and I are a success. But we still love our husband and we still love our children. So maybe share what it looks like to these guys about that from your perspective.
So I think it's really a part of accepting what your situation is. That's really important, because if you live in a looking over the fence at the grass always being greener, then it's a hard way to live, and you can build up that. So there was a certain point where I realized, it is my path to work. Because even when I went back to work, I thought, it's just going to be for a few years because I really wanted to have another baby. But then I realized it works. I am actually happier, with this arrangement. And some days it was really hard. The kids wake up with fever. You're like, okay, whose day is more important? So who's going to stay home? And that's really hard. When I was staying home, that was the nicest thing of, somebody's sick. Okay, we're not going to the grocery store today. We're staying home. But I think my kids have said they admire. They've seen the hard work, and they admire what I've done and accomplished, and they're proud of it. So they're used to me as a working mom, and they're okay with it.
Yeah. Well, it's because you still put your kids first. You've always been a great mom. When they were little, and when I remember in my mind, when I'm 18 and you're almost 20, you're like this whoa woman to me. Even though
we're full of wisdom, older, wiser.
Older, wiser. I had this impression because I was sharing last night over wine at our winery was, so Katie and Liz got married first, right? So I remember you guys getting married thinking, one day, and we were just a few short years behind you. And then they built their home first. And I thought, wow, this is a mansion. This is amazing, And you were career woman first. And I really have thought so much about that, Liz, because I remember thinking I almost envied you because you had such a purpose. And now looking up where I am today, I think I envied your purpose because I was struggling with, am I a stay-at-home mom? What am I? And so I've always admired you for that. So even though we're a year and a half apart or so in age, you've always seemed 20 years older than me. You really have. Because you were Katie's Brian's big brother. So you were just naturally, we were at each other's weddings. And, so Brian was Katie's best man and Katie was Brian's best man. So that's so good. So good. So what one nugget of wisdom would you say on success as a woman to this audience?
I think being willing to always keep learning. And you don't, there's a lot out there about you have to ask. And you don't always. If you demonstrate by showing you're willing to learn, that you're willing to resolve problems for your bosses, then and pick the right ones, they will elevate you. So
Say
you don't
that again. Solve problem for your bosses. They will elevate you.
You don't bring them a problem. You bring them a problem and then your proposed solution.
That is $1 million statement. I always say we get paid to provide solutions. That is so fantastic.
Then
Don't
they see
just-
you as a problem solver.
Not just a problem acknowledger.
Yes.
That's something I always say in my office is I don't want to know. I don't want to hear no. I want to hear why not. But here's what we can do. Right?
And I try to coach that in the ones who report to me, like, okay, what's wrong? Okay, what do you think we should do about it?
Right.
Tell me what we should do about it, or give me some options to consider.
I love it. And I want to say this to you guys because I'm such a huge proponent, if that's the word to say, of be a keen observer of successful people. And Liz and I don't spend a lot of time together, but if we land in Napa and it's like we've seen each other last week, right? So, but we can always exchange success wisdom. We're always trying to figure out how we can grow better together, and so I admire that about you, that no matter, you're the true woman of success, that no matter how far you've come, you're not done. You're not done.
Well, and I've learned a lot from you.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I'm here to learn more, to
Thank
be
you.
better.
Yeah.
Because even wherever you are, you're not done.
Right.
I think people, if they
Yeah.
think they're done and they're the big boss and they know everything, they're just
Done.
setting themselves up for for no more growth.
Right. They're literally done.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Love you.
sharing with them. I love you so much. I love you so much. So many years invested in this friendship, and our husbands are crazy. What could we describe them as?
They're like kids when they're together.
Yes,
like little
they
kids,
are
like they're
like
back
little
in college.
kids. That's right. That's right. So this is Liz Schwartz. How can they follow you on social media or find you?
That's a great question. I don't really have much of a social media presence, not a public one.
So if they were
But-
to want to reach out and ask a question.
Liz Nagel Schwartz.
Okay.
I have my maiden name in there
Okay.
for connection.
And what I
I'm out
didn't
there.
mention was you come from a very successful family, from a successful father, from a mother that was a philanthropist, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yes.
Like, is that what you call that? Your mother was just all of it.
She was full on 100% stay-at-home mom, PTO president, booster club, whatever we were in, she was the leader, and she was amazing.
Yeah.
So she didn't work for money,
Right.
but she made a huge contribution to the things that
She did.
did.
So it's no wonder you're modeling your mother.
And I miss her.
Yeah.
I was talking with some other folks because I lost my dad last year, my mom 25 years ago, and you've lost your mom. And I said, I'm not ready to be the wise elder. And we were
Yeah.
joking about it in our room because we figured out I was the oldest one in the room, and Angela was excited to be the youngest.
Right.
And I
right.
said, well, Robbie's my wise elder, even though she's younger than me by a year.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
I've
you
always
can
thought
learn
you were-
something even from younger people.
It's true. It's
So.
true. I love it so much. Go find her. Incredible woman to know. Incredible mother of 3. Married to KD for how long?
It'll be 27 years in January.
27 years in January. See, we're 25 in December. So you are 2 big years ahead. Okay. But incredible person to know. And I want to honor you on that, because you did go to college. You did pursue the career path. And when we all look up as women, whether it's me who doesn't have a career path and, but yet, how do we stop picking apart success? The bottom line is that Robbie Page and Liz Schwartz, we make a huge impact exactly where God has planted us. And for her, it's at a major university, the best university in the state of Texas, Texas A&M University. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yay. Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.